Hey everyone, it is that time again. It's Inspirational Thursday on Clientele, and I have got such a fabulous guest that I have been, I'm definitely going to say, friends with now. That's not how we met, but we became friends for over a year, and she is absolutely one of the most outstanding and dynamic women you will ever meet. I'm going to introduce to you the founder of Kuel Life magazine, Jack Perez. Jack, can you say hi to everybody for us?
I sure can. Hello, everyone. My gosh, thank you so much for inviting me, Cheryl. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, you're definitely one of the most, as I said, dynamic women out there. You're going to be telling everybody about what you do and how it is going to help women in midlife and beyond, and even those who are preparing to get to midlife, because I know you've got a lot of readers that are, I was going to say, under 50. So Jack's going to tell you all about what she does, and then this last year with Clientele. So Jack, take it away.
Oh my gosh, I'm honored. Thank you, Cheryl. So yeah, to Cheryl's point, we have become friends, and it has been over a year. But my initial interactions with Cheryl was about the fact that I had not been taking care of my skin. And ladies and gentlemen, because we all have skin, right? It's our largest organ. Honestly, if I could tell any of our younger listeners out there, get on the skincare wagon sooner rather than later. I waited, but Clientele came to the rescue. And honestly, it has made such a difference, big enough difference that my dermatologist can tell, right? So, when your dermatologist takes note of the quality improvement in your skin, that you're headed in the right direction. So I do want to thank you for that, Cheryl. And just to back up, the reason that Cheryl and I met and had the conversation is because I entered the midlife and beyond space a few years back with a digital platform or a digital magazine. It doesn't matter what you call it, but it is online. It's a website, and it's called Kuel Life. And it's spelled a little weird because I found a synonym for cool, because we all want to be cool, on the Urban Dictionary, and it is spelled Kuel. So it's a real word. It's a real word, ladies and gentlemen. But that is the name of the business, the name of the company, and the name of the website. And basically, it is a repository filled with very important information from global thought leaders on the topics that are relevant to us, in particular, women in midlife and beyond. But to Cheryl's point, we get a huge percentage of readers that are actually below 45, Cheryl. And I really believe it's because women are getting curious and less fearful about what's coming. And it's a perfect place to go and find the information about all the different challenges and opportunities that arise during this stage of life. And that is how Cheryl and I connected. And I don't know, I think my face speaks for itself as far as how well Clientele has worked for me over the last year plus.
Well, that was just a great explanation of what Jack does. I mean, she has really changed the narrative for women because a lot of women feel, and Jack, I know you're going to agree because you're the one that's talked about this for a long time, that we become irrelevant after, let's say, 50. Now, I'm 65, so I have absolutely no problem saying my age, but that we become invisible and that there's no market for us for anything, that all the retailers out there are, gearing everything toward the younger market, and we just sort of get forgotten. Well, Jack has done an amazing job to make all of those retailers and just make everybody take notice of us, that we're still relevant, that we're still here, and that don't you always say that we are the spenders?
Well, right, Cheryl, to your point, it's more than we're relevant. We're important because women, baby boomer, Gen X women, and the older millennials that now are sort of entering into that midlife space in their 40s, we make up the largest number of people of any other sample of population. Then take the sheer number of people, add to that that we own most of the wealth in the world. We're talking billions and billions of dollars. Then layer on top of that that women make 85 to 90% of the purchasing decisions in their households. And we're not talking brand of toothpaste or, type of toilet paper. We're talking big ticket items, cars, houses, vacations, investment opportunities. So the idea that brands are not speaking to us, well, they're just hurting themselves. And I think we, as a cohort of women, have finally come together and realized that collectively our voice can be very powerful if we unify and speak and link arms and speak together. And that's what we're doing. We're doing it in Kuel Life, but we're doing it in other ways as well. And I'm seeing that. Since I launched Kuel Life in 2018, I have seen such a huge uptick in the number of women-driven brands out there in the marketplace that are there to support us. And I say, bring it on, because we are so many women and we need to be served and we should be served. And there's been a lack until now. And we're changing that narrative, right, Cheryl? You and I and all the other women that we lock arm in arm with, we're out there to change the narrative. And so cannot do it alone, but we can surely do it together. Yes.
Well, 1,000,000%. And I have to say, everybody, you've got to go to kuellife.com and you have to subscribe to this online platform, online magazine. I've got to tell you, Jack has curated some of the most phenomenal experts. I mean, in every single category that you can think of. Things that you haven't even thought of, and you read the article and go, my gosh, I never thought of that. So it is so interesting and it's so much fun as well to read all of these great articles and read about these fabulous women who have, again, created this great place for themselves beyond 50 years old. So you started Kuel Life at what age?
Well, I came up with the idea at 52. Right. But we all know, anyone who's started a business knows that there's a pretty big gap between coming up with the idea and actually launching.
Oh,
I launched it. But yeah, I came up with the idea at 52, and I came up with it, Cheryl, for very selfish reasons. I was furious and frustrated because I was in the middle of this thing that happens to every other human on the planet who lives long enough, and that's called menopause. And here's the deal. It's just a transition. It's not a death sentence. It's not a plague. Literally, if you happen to have two X chromosomes in your DNA, you're going to go through this transition. And it can be life-changing and it can be very frustrating. I know plenty of women who have sailed through it, and more power to you, sister, if that was you, right? I mean, oh my God, my hat is off to you. But I've also met a lot of women who have really suffered and felt a lot of negative implications from the symptoms that can arise during this time of life. And I happen to have a ton of really cruddy symptoms that made me want to find solutions. And I couldn't find them. I couldn't find solutions. I had to really dig to find anything. And I thought, oh my God, I don't want other women to suffer. I don't want other women to feel frustrated and angry. I want to create a repository where we can put all of this information together so we can share it with each other. We can learn from one another. And heck, you know how I feel about playing. So we have to have fun. So I definitely believe in playing. And yeah, that's why I did it, Cheryl. It was totally a selfish play on my behalf. But as I speak to and learn from other women, I realized I'm not alone. And I want other women to realize they're not alone either.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, to Jack's point, we had somebody introduce us by the name of Gail Gensler, who's a very wonderful mutual friend and our OG brand ambassador. Gail is a great example, Jack, of someone that is 60 plus, and she is a boxer, not by trade, but by, fitness. She's a pro age fitness enthusiast. That's what she calls herself. And she's a cover girl on many magazines right now. And she created all of this for herself in a year. I have another friend who you may know of as well, who Gail also introduced me to, who just at 59 years old won Ms. Woman California 2021. Another one who has another online platform that is phenomenal as well. And another one that is called Trends and Friends, who at also, I think, close to my age, I don't know, don't kill me, Julie, I think she's younger than me, but she also created this amazing platform on Instagram to show women you don't have to dress where you're buttoning your collar all the way up to here, and and you've got a very conservative outlook on your clothes, and everything is brown and so forth. You can do anything. You can wear short shorts, you can wear little mini skirts at our age and get away with it if you've got the confidence that says, hey, you know what? I still look good. I'm going to do this. Even if you're 200 pounds, it doesn't matter. You're gorgeous. Take what God gave you and use it, in any possible way you can to create a business like Jack did, and to do the things that I just told you about. And also, at my age, I'm a concert performer. So, a vocalist. So I get to do all these concerts at my age. And that's why we're saying to you, look what can be accomplished. You're not irrelevant. You are important. And so sorry for my little soapbox here, but, to Jack's point, she's just created this incredible platform. So I wanted her to completely spout off about what she does to help you, to inspire you. It's not about Jack, it's about you.
It really is. And those are some great examples. And and here's the deal. I'm not that special, right? I'm normal. And
I
so
think you're
if
special.
well, thank you. But you know what I mean. It's like there's nothing that I have that you don't have, or that any other woman listening to this or seeing this has or doesn't have. It's just making a decision and getting off the mark and moving, whatever that is, because sometimes it can be really hard to start. But, start small. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to have a huge idea or a big idea. It can be a small one. I mean, it can be, listen, I haven't been moving my body very much, and I realize that maybe I should start moving my body. Go for a walk. I mean, right? If you can walk, walk. Maybe someday you end up walking faster, or I don't know, maybe you even end up jogging, but you don't have to start at the end, just start at the beginning. And the beginning can be really tiny. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be huge, just little by little. And then you realize that what happens is that little by little, all of a sudden becomes a lot when you realize it.
Exactly. And I just want to say, since we've got so much to talk about in such little time, uh, I just want to mention one thing to everybody. Jack had a very bad accident just a few months back. And this is a great example of someone that didn't want to give up. So I would love you to tell that story. I know we have to try to make it as concise as possible, but it's an important story for everyone right now, especially in today's world. So can you tell us that? Then we're going to get to your clientele journey. And everybody, we're going to have a great drawing of Jack's favorites. So you have to hang in there with us. Jack, take it.
I'll be very quick about the accident. Yeah. So in August of last year, so it's like 7 months ago, I had a skydiving accident and I broke 3 vertebrae. I ended up in a bed for a couple of months. It was uncomfortable. It was painful. it was a real eye opener because when I hit the ground, I heard my back crack. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I'm 57 and I just ruined the rest of my life. Well, I didn't ruin the rest of my life. I am here to tell you. As a matter of fact, I just ran a 10K in Charleston at the beginning of April. So, broke my back in August and I came back and I was able to run in April a 10K. Now, did that happen? As I said earlier, did that happen just willy nilly? No. Once again, little by little, I started standing more. I started walking more. And do you see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get to that 10K shortly after that back accident super quick, but I did it step by step. And we can accomplish anything that way. And I really feel like that is a good tie-in into my clientele experience because as I said earlier, I admitted I wasn't a big proponent of taking care of my skin when I was younger. And if I could go back and change that, I would. So anyone who's listening to me who is young, be proactive but here's the deal, and here's how great clientele is, that I was able to fix a lot of my skincare problems through clientele. Now, not just the external, which I absolutely love. I mean, I use your products religiously, but Cheryl also turned me on to some internal supplements that have made a huge difference. I'm 57, so I have some arthritis, but I am a huge exerciser. So how do I still lift weights? How do I still run? How do I still jump rope? Well, a lot of it has to do with the supplements too, Cheryl. And I've been really good about that. I've been taking them religiously in the morning and in the evenings, and they are between the supplements, the internal healing, and then the external skincare regimen that you've put me on. Like I said earlier, my dermatologist can tell about the external, and I can tell you about the internal because I feel better. I have more energy. I don't hurt. My hands don't hurt after I lift weights, which they used to all the time because of my arthritis. And so I'm a huge believer, and I'm excited that we get to give away full samples, right? Full, not samples. We're giving away 3 full products of my favorites. Which, are you going to tell them what they are?
I am. And before we do that, I just have to say, to Jack's point, as soon as I found out that she had her accident, I literally had spoken to her the day after,
Yes, you
which
did.
I had no idea. I just happened to randomly pick up the phone and call her. So as soon as she told me what happened, I said, all right, I'm sending you BioHA. I'm sending you DayCal Advanced. I'm sending you, I don't know if I sent you Chondro Pro also.
I
This
take
is
that too. I take
okay.
all of those religiously. I'm letting you know, I really believe that part of my recovery, yes, I was physically fit before the accident and I was determined to get it back. But, just as I had trouble with my hormones and needed intervention with my hormones, no matter how much I had will to will myself back to health, I needed some help and some intervention with my dietary supplements. And Cheryl, you totally delivered. And I have religiously taken them. And I believe truly with my full being that they have been part and parcel of my recovery. So thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And that's just a great point for everybody. I rushed these particulars to Jack when I heard about this. She was already on our other supplements, but I rushed these to aid her bones and joints and her healing. And the combination of the 3 things. Plus, I also said, you're going to be in bed for a couple months. I've got to build up your immune system. We've got to get that in good standing so that you can move through all of this healthy. The last thing you want to do is get anything on top of everything that's going on. So I also put you on guard to
Yep.
improve your immune system. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about very, very briefly the 3 faves. And I know you've got lots of faves, but the 3 faves in clientele skincare. And I just decided that I'm also going to put in one of our supplements because I want everybody to get started on internalizing their care. the way, everyone, that you need to optimize this, your hair, your nails, your energy, your stamina, your focus, your memory, your energy is from the inside out, and you will be golden. So what are the three things? Let's just pick out three that are your absolute faves.
Okay. So the oil, I always forget the names because I'm so bad with that, but
The
I have them
Lotus,
all lined up in on my bathroom counter, right? So I always have them available. So the Lotus Shield Oil, is that what it's
it's
called?
actually Lotus Time Shield Natural Oil. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, I can't, but I use it all the time. As a matter of fact, I think I'd shared this with you. So when I was training for this 10K, it was really cold and miserable here in North Carolina. I mean, sometimes I had to run in like below freezing weather, or it
Oh,
was snowing or ice, and my skin tends to get very dry. And what I would do is I would coat my face in it and then put sunscreen on top so that the cold wind and the bitter cold wouldn't bother my skin. And then I'd come home and take a nice warm shower and massage all that oil into my skin. And I'll tell you, I don't, it doesn't say to use it that way on the bottle, but that's how I use it all the time. So that's definitely one of my favorites. Then my other favorite is that mask. And I'll let you know, if you want to see something crazy, go to Kuel Life uh, and type in Clientele, and you will see a video of me using the mask for the first time, which is over a year ago now. And Cheryl had me, for grins and giggles, she had me put the mask on Phantom of the Opera style on one side, and I was filming it, and I had no idea what I was gonna, I mean, I had no idea what this was going to do. And so I did it, and then I washed it off, and I looked, and I was just like, I don't understand. It is so clear. And so if seeing is believing, which is, it is a lot for a lot of us, seeing is believing, you can go see it. So that's another one of my favorites. And then my third favorite is the moisturizer, the intensive
peptide hydration cream.
the peptide hydration cream. It just feels like silk going on. And I use it on my face. I also use it on the back of my hands. I put almost everything on the back of my hands, right? Because
Yes.
that's what I do. I put it on to put it on, and then I just mix it into the back of my hands, because that's another place where we really see signs of aging. And I can tell the difference on my hands over the last year by taking better care of them. So that's just been a byproduct that I didn't even know I was going to get. But those three are my favorites. I love that we're giving those away. So should we tell them what they need to do to register to win?
Yes, and I just want to say really quickly, everybody, that the Lotus Time Shield Natural Oils, based on the exclusively patented lotus seed. I know I sound like a commercial, but nobody else can use this, and it is a DNA protein repairing enzyme. So this is a preventive for your skin cells to prepare them to be healthy, round, full of hydration, full of elasticity. So that's what mostly all of our line is based on, is the Lotus. The Lotus Time Shield Natural Oils are a pre-cleanser that you can use before your face wash in Clientele or any wash that you're using, and then do your wash, and your skin will be luminous.
Yeah.
And it will feel so smooth and so hydrated, and you can do what Jack did, which is bathe your body in it, bathe your face in it, go to sleep, and you will just wake up like glass. It will be amazing. And another thing is, Jack, I don't know if you
I
know
use
this.
it on my elbows too, Cheryl.
Definitely.
Right? Because that skin can get a little craggly and a little dry. And so once again, I put it on my face. I have extra on my hands. I just rub it into my elbows, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's for your entire face and body, and it also takes off your eye makeup. I made fun of this on something that I did a little while ago, and I said it's a floor wax and a whipped cream too, like Saturday Night Live, because it's got
Absolutely.
so many proponents to it, so many things that it can do.
Yep.
The facial mask, as Jack said. Now, Jack didn't tell you one part of it. She said her skin was so clear. That's one bonus, because it's doing a microscopic peel and deep cleansing the pores, but it's also stimulating oxygen at the same time. So what happened to that one side of the face? Was it a little lopsided?
It was just tighter. I mean, it just, the wrinkles were gone. It was a little weird. And you can see in the video, my genuine surprise, because I was just like, huh? I got close up, I'm like, what? Because you can tell the difference immediately between the side that I had not yet done and the side that I had just done. Yeah. So yes.
Exactly. And then to further it, the peptide hydration cream has pumpkin enzyme along with several other ingredients. I could go down here, apple skin and ridgeon and goji berry and mushroom and all these major antioxidants. But the pumpkin enzyme does also a microscopic peel of dead skin. At the same time, it's hydrating with our hyaluronate. And the combination of that revealing the brand new healthy skin and allowing absorption of the moisturizer by peeling off the aged cells. So that is a super special product. So these are the three things, a few of our favorite things that we're going to give away. And all you have to do is this: enter by direct messaging us, DMing us on our Instagram sites. So that would be at Kuel Life, right?
Correct.
And
At
at
Kuel Life.
Clientele. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. Go
No,
ahead.
that's right. At Kuel Life. That's exactly the right Instagram. Yep.
And at Clientele Skincare. So all you have to do is DM us your email address. We will announce the winner on, what did we say, Monday?
We said, did we say Monday? Yes, we said Monday. So the deadline, no, we said this weekend. We're going to do it over the weekend, I thought.
Oh, we're going to announce the winner over the weekend.
So the deadline to register to win is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. So that gives you Californians till the end of your workday to just, all you have to do is go to at Kuel Life or at Clientele Skincare and DM us your email. We'll put you in the drawing and then we'll let you know. And it's not sample sizes, my friend. These are full size bottles. I calculated it's $134 worth of product. I mean, it's not an inconsequential gift. So thank you, Cheryl. That is incredibly generous. Very generous.
That is to honor our guest and to honor you and bless you with a gift of something wonderful that you're going to get such great results out of. So we need to wrap this up right now, Jack, because I know that everybody doesn't have another half hour to spend with us, although I wish they did. But I just want to tell you, for those of you, and please, when you DM us, we must have your email address. That's the way we're going to be able to get in contact with you and get your shipping address, etc. So please do that. Your email address by DMing us on at Kuel Life or at Clientele Skincare. Now, for those of you who are not the winner of the large sizes, guess what? We're going to send you a sample size of our facial mask. You're not going to believe your face. It's going to be incredible. You are going to be lopsided if you do that one half. Higher, firmer. It's going to be really amazing. You're also going to get a sample of a serum that Jack hasn't even tried yet, that I'm sending her, called Youthifier, that actually encourages your cells to be young. I know that sounds crazy, but it creates a lot of energy so that the cells can take on nourishment and really prevent free radical damage. So it's a major game changer. There's another one called Anti-Aging Activator. Jack was talking about really making sure that her skin had a lot of hydration when she was in that excessively cold weather. Well, Anti-Aging Activator has 25 antioxidants inclusive of the lotus seed, and it has an ingredient called antarcticine. If you are in cold weather, obviously not now because we're approaching summer at some point coming up soon. If you are in cold weather or you just happen to be excessively dry, you will love this because it's going to help maintain your moisture up to 72 hours longer than normal. And everything we're talking about is for every single skin type, men and women, and practically any age. If you're a teenager, you've got things going on already. But beyond that, we've got to help. So I'm going to say, Jack, take us out with something that you feel is really important for people to know. And then we're going to say bye and blessings. And we're going to see you again next Thursday at 8 p.m. with another fabulous guest, January Howard, who is esthetician extraordinaire. And she's going to tell you her story. So Jack, take us out.
So what I want to say to everyone is that there's a huge chasm between miniskirts and depends. And we get to live our bright, cool life for as long as we want to. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
That, I couldn't have said it better myself. So if you want a cool Kuel life, you can have it. Just reach out and contact Jack at Kuel Life on Instagram. Look at her platform, kuellife.com. Become a member. It takes nothing to do that at all, but clicking a button and saying, I want to be a member so I can learn about all this fabulous information that's going to help me and others that I love, and connect with me at Clientele Beauty. So Jack, with that, I'm going to say thank you for giving me all this time and everything you always do. And I just send you blessings and love and lots of success overall in every aspect of your life.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Right back at you.
Thank you, and to you out there as well. Thanks for joining us. Blessings to you and your families. See you next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clientele Inspirational Thursdays.